What's happening, YouTube? Cowboy here, and today it's time to bring you the start of the old Iron King DLC. So of course we access it via the bonfire right after the old Iron King, and you can see we got the serpent statue similar to the one in the Shrine of Winter. So we're gonna hit that, head on over, and get started. So of course I did get a chance to already play through all of this on stream. So in comparison to the Sunken King walkthrough, where we kind of just bebopped around and it was more of a gameplay walkthrough going through it, we actually know where everything's at, so this should go pretty well. But of course, you got a room to your left and your right here. These are for people who don't have the DLC that want to assist. They can place signs. Otherwise, just ignore it. And with that, let's open up the doors and get things kicked off. But I went back on, I know on the stream we stopped right at one of the bosses and didn't make progress past that, so when I got home today, decided to run through, managed to fight the other two bosses. I haven't fought the very last boss yet. There's a total of 3 bosses in this DLC, so one of the bosses I'll be going in completely blind, but I'm hoping that our Kingslayer build will be able to take him on. This is actually more of like a Kingslayer Painkiller hybrid, but whatever. Let's go through that mist. And the first thing you'll notice is this place is just fucking visually astounding. It looks awesome. And that's probably one of the better points of this DLC, is that it looks beautiful. Like, the visuals are amazing. Additionally, the difficulty is like on a whole new fucking level. So, right here at the start, we're gonna get 6 smelter wedges, and the smelter wedges are going to be used throughout to disable these ashen idols. Now, there's a total of 10 smelter wedges. No, excuse me. Yeah, 10 smelter wedges. She gets 6 here. We get 4. No, 11 smelter wedges. So we just got 6. We get 4 later, and we get 1 from a boss. We also get a soul from a boss. But basically, these smelter wedges are going to be important. So just to show you, here's one right here, and you can see when it activates, it's sending up a bunch of flames. So in short, all of these, these ashen idols, they're all bad news bears. They all have some kind of trap. Some of them have a warmth that heals enemies. Some of them buff enemies. Some of them are just traps like that. Basically, you need to use your smelter wedges to disable them, and then pick up the soul, as we did right there. Now, an important thing to notice is you'll see we only have 1 fragment, and basically there's a total of 12 fragments throughout. So you get a 1 piece off of a boss, and then you get the rest all from taking out those ashen idols. And when you eventually get them all, you'll get some goodies. So it takes quite a bit of work, but we are going to be getting all that stuff. So of course, dexterity ring right back here at the start adds 5 to dexterity. I have no reason to use it personally, but there's uses for it. If you're running a specific build that's you're low on stats, you need a little bit more dex. It's a good reason for it. But so let's head on down. This is going to be a 100% walkthrough too. We are aiming to get all the goodies here, all the goodies. So, you can jump straight down. I would not advise it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Probably not. But either way, let's introduce you to the first round of enemies. We're just going to call them Ashen Knights. So these guys are pretty slow. Because of that, when they're alone, it's easy to just walk up and give them a good old backstab. But at the same time, I wouldn't say they're pushovers by any means, because in groups they're pretty brutal. And not only that, but they actually have some pretty scary attacks. They have, basically they have this jump, and they will just fucking launch themselves at you. Like that. Like that. So, yeah. Don't underestimate them, needless to say, as I am right now. They are not pushovers. I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't really recommend getting hit in the face that many times by a Sanctum Knight. that would probably do something similar, but the best way to dispatch these guys, in my opinion, is to stagger them and then kill them outright. I found that depending on what weapon you're using, if you have enough strength on the weapon to stagger, that's going to greatly help you in fighting these things. Of course, backstabs are also very effective if you can get the backstab off. Aside from that, you know, it's managing them. It's separating them, taking them out one at a time. Obviously, like I said, if you can stagger them, it makes it really easy to take them out. You know, take this one, for example, right when he comes out. Can't really hit you back if he's being staggered. So, I haven't tried using a stone ring against these things. I mean, in general, I love using the stone ring in PvP because it staggers Hauppauge monsters, which is fucking great. But I haven't tried it against these guys at all, so it might help if you have a weapon that is lower on the stagger ability, but that's something for you guys to test out if you want. With the Butcher's Knife combo with a King's Ultra Greatsword, it's certainly not something that I need, but you know, it's something you can do, so we are going to leave it there as a possibility. Now, before we go forward, if we can get him, there's this little guy down here. Come on. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to hit him from here. So we're going to try something here. We're going to try something, if I have them, alluring skulls. Yes, perfect. So I'm not sure if this will work exactly how I want it, but if it does, it should work great. And actually, let's drop down a level here. Oh, no, we might not even need to use the skulls. So there are, I should say, a lot of portions in this DLC where you'll have the ability to cheese, and you are going to want to cheese, for sure. Enemies in general are just a massive pain in the ass, especially because, as I mentioned, they really like to group up on you, and it's not fun when they group up on you. There we go. Come on. You know you want it. Yeah, you do. He's like, oh, give me that skull. So, as you can see, alluring skulls are very effective against them, and especially this being a Red Phantom variant. We want to take him out and, you know, not even be concerned with him when we go down to the next room. So, you also notice I'm using fire and poison arrows. The fire arrows are for some guys we're going to run into a little bit later. And the poison arrows are to help us cheese the shit out of all these knights. So, pop open this chest here, get a Titanite slab. And right when we go down here, it's gonna turn into a bit of a shit fest, so we are going to get up a Sacred Oath and a Dark Weapon real fast. Of course, as I mentioned, alluring skulls are excellent down here, so, you know, if you have tons of them, it's going to make your experience significantly easier. So you'll see a bunch of guys here. Let's toss out that skull, distract him for a second, and go straight to use the Smelter Wedge. As you'll see, they're kind of covered in an ash, and it basically just makes them stronger. By putting in a Smelter Wedge, we are going to remove that ash from them, making them a lot easier to dispatch. Also, I've heard, I haven't tried it myself because I'm terrible at parrying, but I've heard that these guys are actually fairly easy to parry. Like I said, I haven't tried it, so I can't attest to that fact, but I know on the walkthrough, or not on the walkthrough, on the stream, we were going in with double Ultra Greatswords, and that really wide sweep was just, you know, it was awesome against them. It was incredibly effective. So going in with something like a Zweihander or just, you know, the regular greatsword, whatever the case is, the bigger the weapon, the better, because, you know, the easier it is for you to sweep and hit multiple enemies, the better time you're going to have. So, and that was, god damn, that was a breeze compared to what happened when we were on stream. So we're going to go in this room here. Another buddy that wants to die. And I'm really loving the Kingslayer combo here. It's, you know, the first hit staggers them and it's quick. The second hit finishes them off. So Dance of Fire, our first pyromancy, and we'll equip it at the bonfire, show you guys what it is. in my testing at least, I haven't really had much luck with it. My understanding is that it is a like amplified damage type buff, like you hit enemies with it and then you hit them with fire, and after the fact your fire does significantly more damage. So like I said, I haven't had a chance to test it. Maybe it works great, maybe it works like shit. Who knows? There we go. So the red ones are a bit harder to stagger, as you're seeing here. With the butcher's knife wasn't enough to stagger them, but battle axe. There's a regular battle axe. It is. Now we get the good stuff. So grab an old mundane stone. Actually, we're gonna go. I'm trying to remember which way. I think it's go over here first, and then cut across. Go down after the fact. Yes. Okay. So these guys, they look a little creepy, but they're cool. And what I mean by that is, basically, they're carrying explosive barrels, and they kind of go in the direction that you push them. So if you just kind of walk towards them, you know, you'll see they're walking over there. Make things easy for you by killing themselves. But in general, there's a couple of good uses for them. I mean, there's a couple areas where you're going to end up using them to open up hidden passageways. There's, you can use them to... Ow, you asshole. Fucking great bow guy. There's one right over here if I can hit it. Nope. He would rather me go up and beat his face the old-fashioned way. These guys are a little bit tricky. They have quite a delayed action set on them that you gotta look out for. You can do enough damage to nuke them. That's fantastic. If you can't, don't worry about it. So, because they're getting a little too close, we're just gonna toss out a fire arrow, and they're all dead. Very effective way of dispatching your foes. Oh, no, I was supposed to go up first. Now that I'm remembering, sorry. So we're going to run on up. And just about any barrel you see down here, if you see a barrel, just expect it to be an explosive barrel. So, you know, obviously that means not getting pinched into a corner and fighting around barrels. That's just, you know, waiting on bad shit to happen. You don't want that to happen. Yeah, go over here. Should spawn a couple, there we go, this baddie. And this baddie. And the Kingslayer is laying it down. We also have our dualies on us, our dual grade hammers, in the event that we want to go full painkiller, and we might. But you know, for the most part, I've found that the enemies down here, I am better off, you know, just beating them. I find that a faster weapon is very effective to have down here. So having the butcher's knife in our main hand and comboing it with that L1 combo is very effective. And of course, these urns are all filled with water. It does have the same effect that it did previously in the Iron Keep, where it will give you a small amount of fire resist for a short time. And I'm going the wrong way again. So keep that in mind. They're good. Water's good for you. Just think of it as your own personal ALS ice bucket challenge every time you row through an urn. Except it's not really icy. It's just like the ALS urn breaking challenge, I guess we'll say. Pop one, head on down. So when the enemies are alone like this, this is your gold time when you're going to have the easiest time dispatching them. Obviously, there's going to be progressively more. And right down here, actually, and I'm going to say this now just before we go, is there's going to be two guys, and there's also going to be an invader. Now, I need to put on repair powder because I forgot the butcher's knife is terrible in durability for PvE. So toss that on real fast. But basically, the red invaders, you'll see these invaders throughout, and they all have... These guys throw some mean fire bombs too. They pretty much all have a whip and a shield. They're no fucking joke. And what I mean by that is, if like on the stream at least, the invader managed to parry dual great swords. I'm talking like this. Just parried them, and my jaw dropped, and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Did this really just happen? So, yeah, be cautious. The invaders are kind of cheesy like that. You can see him already coming up. There he is. Thankfully, we managed to kill that guy first. And while he's two-handing, we're going to put some damage into this asshole. Get down. Guys, God, I hate that invader. Freaking hate that invader. And this is a breeze, man, compared to how things were going on this stream. This is literally unreal. Because on the stream, our fucking bread was getting completely and utterly buttered. So, of course, bonfire. Grab this baby. We're going to light it and not rest just yet. I'm trying to remember. I think we do continue. Yeah, no, we do continue out this way. Continue down. It's that way, I believe. Yes. Yes, because we can't open that door yet. So I know there's a bunch of Minotaur statues here. Do not be alarmed. They are not going to try and butter your bread. I promise. So after that statue, you can kill Vader dude again if you want. Just to, you know, punish him because he's a dick. Every time I see him, I'm going to kill him. I hate that guy. So now we're going to head on over this way. And around this way. And we have some mist. No worries though, it's not a boss. Oh, welcome to the old Iron Keep. This is where shit gets real. So you'll notice there's a bunch of elevators. The elevators aren't working for the time being. However, once they are working, it opens up quite an extra bit of stuff. But for the time being, we're going to go on down this ladder. And this room is your first real section of hell. So we're going to first off move over to this guy. Come on. Get down the trap. There's the trap doors there. And you got Big Hammer McGee over there, dude with the sword, dude with the axes, dude over here with the bow, and then two invaders over here just to, you know, add to the fun. So this area is a little bit of a pain in the ass. I will say that now. I think, actually, you know what? Let me try something. I'm not sure, but I wonder if they will open the door. Yeah, let me see. Come on. Let's try this. I'm not entirely sure if this will work, but if it does, that would be great. And no. Come on, I'm knocking. Come on. Come on, you assholes. Oh, they're not going for it. Oh well, it was worth a shot. Figure that might be a way to make this part even easier, because it is a bit of a shit fest. So, the method that I came up with, at least what I found to be the easiest, you know, we already got that first guy, and we had him drop down. So, now we're gonna take these dudes. Come on. Come on, where you going? Turn around. Go on over. We're just gonna call them barrel goblins. Come on. And don't hit them. If you actually hit them, things go bad. So, you can give them a little shield break if you need to. I'm gonna send them in. Come on. Come on. Good boy. You too, last barrel goblin. Now, the important thing about these barrel goblins is those barrels will do a ton of fucking damage. Now, we are going to throw me a little bit closer here. Gonna get an alluring skull down there. And the big guy doesn't want to come over. That's what we really want. We want Biggins McGee. So I'm going to try and target. Try and throw it a little bit more outward. It's not working. Let me try this. Nope. Okay. Big guy is moving. No. Oh boy. Alright, so against better judgment, I'm going to try and do this. This is what I found that worked on stream. So anyway, right now we have all the dudes down there, all of our little goblins. So we're going to run through this, run to that staircase, and climb up really fast. And this is basically just to draw everything's attention over to us. So big guy came over. At this point, now that we got a big guy, we fire. Missed it. And it did not touch big guy at all. That sucks. Oh wait, there's one more. Come on, big guy, come back, come back. Waddle over toward it. Waddle over to it. He's not gonna waddle over to it. I'm gonna toss down another alluring skull here. Might be close enough there. There we go. So 3,000 damage, and you can see right there. That's exactly why you use those guys to your advantage. Because these big guys, they're slow, but they hit pretty freaking hard. And you know, using the explodey dudes to your advantage makes a huge difference in how easy it's going to be to kill these things. Using that and alluring skulls. I mean, for those that caught the stream back on Monday, you already know that by now we were already cursing up a storm, and as you can see, we're just like, la la la, this place is fun and easy. So yeah, once you learn some tactics for it, it gets significantly easier. Red's going down. And are you dead? He's dead too. Alright, so big guy's low enough that I think we can run up and just whack him. You can see that buff going into effect, and tossing out fire. You're going to have to stop doing that. Got those assholes up there, but don't worry about them. They're not a major concern. There we go. You got the piece of the soul. Let's grab the goodies. Flame quartz +3. Don't want to go up. Small orange burr. Lots of fire resist stuff, if you haven't guessed that already. And hit the switch, pull the lever, and open the door. Of course, we are going to pop a life gem here just to top ourselves off. And now we go through some dudes. Got another one of our flyer guys. Damn, got enough stagger to take him out. That's pretty good. And of course, there's a bunch of goodies here. Pick up all the goodies. How are we looking on time, too? Are we flying through this? I think we're, wow, yeah, 23 minutes. We were making good progress. We were almost at the second bonfire. So, if I remember, I want to say this is the part. Maybe it's not quite here yet. It's not quite here yet, but we almost are there. I think it's, yeah, it's right below. You're going to want to take this bitch out. Oh, gosh, she almost got me. Yeah, that's like, it's like a blinding bolt that just stays in one place and does a ton of damage. And, of course, they all want to come up. And there's the one that spawns behind. He's not a major concern, though. You can just dip through his axes. We're going to run back, heal up real fast. Last thing we want to do is die. So she's going to be a little bitch. We're going to play the snipey game here. Don't feel bad for cheesing, because this DLC is, it basically asks to get cheesed with the level of bullshit it puts you through. And I know so far it seems really easy. It seems like we're just, you know, romping on through this like it's some fucking Saturday night rom-com. But it is usually not this easy. I mean, anybody that sees this video that saw the stream is probably going to chuckle at themselves at the amount of rage I had on stream compared to how I'm simply breezing through it now. So, you know, things to prepare yourself for it. Obviously, you're gonna want a bow. You're gonna want a bow. You're gonna want poison arrows. Additionally, the alluring skulls, they're gonna help out a ton. You'll want to have. Oh my god, you little bitch! Oh, she's not dead. There we go. They're both dead. Yes! And we got some Foom Sorcerer boots. Grab the effigy. But yeah, big things I would suggest. You'll want a 100% magic shield for something we'll encounter later. You'll want a 100% lightning shield to help deal with those clerics. You'll want a bow with poison arrows to help assist with bullshit. That's nice of you, thank you. Actually, just for safety, we're going to run here real fast. So, sprint, get through the mist if you can, without getting backstabbed. Thank me later. One true through the mist, round the corner, and open this door. It's locked. No, wait a minute, that's the bonfire door. Why is it locked still? No, it's not supposed to be locked. Hang on a second here. I'm fucked up somewhere. Don't remember that door being locked, is it? Never mind. Ignore that door. The bonfire's right here! Haha! Okay, so rest at the bonfire. And we're going to be coming back here in just a second. Real fast. Just because I'm sure somebody's going to be like, show the pyromancy, show the pyromancy. Where is you at, Flame Dance? There we go. Dance of Fire. So, as you can see, it creates a horizontal flame that goes across. Like I said, I believe it amplifies the damage that enemies take. I don't know if it's damage in general or from pyromancies. I'd imagine it would probably be like damage in general. That would make sense, considering it would be on par with some of the pyromancies back in Dark Souls 1. But either way, we got the bonfire. That's the important thing. So now we're going to head back real fast. And we are about to start bullshit part number 1. So, right up ahead. We're going to smash this guy. He's dead. Next is dealing with this dickhead. If you can wombo him like we are, that's great. He will parry though, so be cautious. Nobody likes a parrying invader. Wait for this guy to come around the corner. Now we're gonna go say hello to his friend. Now this part can be slightly annoying, so have your shield out. There's gonna be guys that will pop out like that. So just having your shield out ready to go makes things significantly easier. That way you don't get smacked across the face. And as you can see, they are right on point with the face smacking. So if you don't have your shield out, they will smack you across the face. I'm not even sure if you can just, casually walk through there and dodge them with a roll or not. Ooh, almost fell off. Alright, so at this point, we got the bonfire. We got the goodies over there. We got one other goodie over here. Wallstone. And next up, we're going to be crossing this giant chain. And with this chain, we'll begin the bullshit part 1. So either way, that is going to wrap up the very first part of the Old Iron King DLC walkthrough. Of course, there's plenty more to come. Just to ballpark it, I'd imagine the walkthrough is probably going to end up somewhere around 6 to 7 parts. We are making really good speed so far, and I actually kind of like that we're being really informative this time around instead of just kind of bebopping and bullshitting our way through. So either way, make sure to tune back in, and yeah, we'll catch you guys at the next part.